Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're going to look at HEX and ask the question, would I buy or should you buy? Not financial advice in the bear market. This is installment 34 of 1001 in the series, Would I Buy? You can see the entire playlist in the description of this video. And if you like this content, smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. But let's go ahead and ask the question, would I buy HEX in the bear market? Man, I have not been looking forward to making this video because whatever I say, I'm going to get a ton of hate in the comment sections. If I leave a glowing review of HEX, I am going to get hate from the haters. If I leave even just a middle of the road review of HEX, the Hexicans are going to come out in full force and throw so much shade at me because HEX is incredibly polarizing. And listen, spoiler alert, it's kind of a middle of the road review because when I think about HEX, there's two things that come to mind. One is I don't understand the hate. Okay, I don't understand it. And I'm going to address that first. But the second thing is I don't understand the love. Okay, so maybe I am being a little bit too Switzerland here, but I don't understand either side of this debate. And so for those of you who hate HEX, I know the words that you're going to say. You call it a Ponzi scheme, you call it a scam, and I have a question for you. I have multiple questions for you, but the first question I want to ask is, what makes that different from any other crypto? 99% of cryptos in existence. Because most of you believe, and I believe this to be true too, that about 99% of cryptos are going to zero. And if that's true, then 99% of cryptos are Ponzi schemes. Okay, so why the hate for HEX in particular? There's so many things you could hate on. Why do you focus so much of your hate on this cryptocurrency? I'd love to hear the answers for that in the comment section of this video. The second thing, well, I mean, really, is it because of Richard Hart? Let me just, Google image search Richard Hart. It's like, all right, listen, I'm not a huge Richard Hart fan. But one thing that I'll say about Richard Hart is it seems to me like a lot of what he says seems to stand the test of time. And so, he's an arrogant prick. I get it. Okay. I understand. But what would you rather have? Let me ask you this. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a steak on a garbage can lid or a pile of dung on the finest china you could find? Because Richard Hart is like a steak on a garbage can lid. You look at you can see the garbage can lid here. But then you listen to anything that he has to say, a lot of what he has to say, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. And so he's giving you the steak, but he's presenting it on a garbage can lid. Give me the steak 10 times out of 10 than some likable guy who says just a bunch of BS, Give me the steak. Richard Hart is a steak on a garbage can lid. And so is it Richard Hart? Does he turn you off so much that you are turned off to HEX or to Pulse Chain, which, we'll talk about Pulse Chain also in this video. So there's those questions for you. If you want to answer those questions in the comment section, please do so. For those of you who love HEX, let me say this. Yeah, I don't understand quite the love. Let me leave Richard Hart here, and I'll show you I own some HEX, okay? And we'll talk about that. I don't quite understand the love, but I actually think I kind of do. But you guys are so precious, you Hexicans, that if I tell you what I think I understand about the love, you're going to be like, no, you don't understand it. I already know what you're going to say because I've heard it so many times from you. But here's what I think is really going on, a big part of it at least, when it comes to how much you love HEX. It's simply this. HEX went up 10,000% last cycle. So if you bought HEX early, if you bought it at any time in 2020, you are up pretty significantly. And so you look at your returns and you have convinced yourself, you watch some YouTube videos, you convince yourself, oh yeah, this is the future. This is revolutionary right here. And you know what? I don't buy it. I don't. And here's my main question to those of you who love HEX. Here's my stake. I am staking until 2025. I think it's March 31st of 2025, if I remember correctly. I don't come to this website very often. The value of my HEX got up to $20,000. I put something in like $500 into HEX in December of 2020, which I affectionately call like throw a dart at a dartboard season, which in other words, you put up a dartboard with every cryptocurrency in existence. You throw a dart at that dartboard. If you bought that cryptocurrency in 2020, chances are that you in 2021 saw great returns. And if you're still holding that even on what, August 8th of 2022, you still have, you're still up, you know. And so I bought HEX in 2020, December of 2020, and saw it go up to $20,000. I put like $500 in, and now it's 5x from there, you know, but did get up to $20,000. I'm not worried about it. I do think that, you know, when this stake ends, that the value of my HEX will be higher. But when it comes down to it, here's the thing. This series, I am asking the question pretty much like, do I think that this cryptocurrency is going to put in a higher high next cycle? And when I look at HEX, I would just be shocked. I would be shocked if HEX put in a higher high next cycle in terms of its price. In terms of market cap, I could see it putting in a higher high. But in terms of price, I'm sorry, it's too inflationary. I mean, let's go back to this website here. HEX stakes average 38% returns a year. I mean, think about that. Let me just take it for what it is here. 38% returns. That means in 3 years, the supply has more than doubled. And really, almost, you know, closer to 2 years, the supply has more than doubled. So when this stake ends in 2025, as the day that I'm making this video, about 2.5 years from now, there is going to be more than twice as much HEX in existence as there is now. It's too inflationary, you know, and so I'm thinking about my strategy for what do I do when this stake ends? Do I extend the stake? Maybe I will, you know, because I'm getting 24%, 23%. Do I extend the stake, or do I wait for this if it already hits 20 cents? If it has hit 20 cents by March of 2025, maybe I'll just sell all of it at that time. Or maybe I'll try to wait for 30 cents or something like that. But I don't plan on waiting for this to put in a higher high. I'm sorry. It is just too inflationary. And so that's fine if you're staking HEX. But this series is, would I buy? Would I buy HEX in the bear market? And all right, you know what? We're staking, we're getting returns. But for those of you who are HEX fans, for those of you who are Richard Hart fans, I mean, here's really my biggest conclusion is that I would rather just buy Pulse Chain. Richard Hart, same deal, Pulse Chain. And I sacrificed a Pulse Chain. So listen, I'm not a hater. I'm not one of those haters. In fact, I am very open-handed about this. Give me a compelling reason to believe in HEX in the long run. Give me a compelling reason to believe that it's going to put in a higher high next cycle. I'm telling you, I am open-handed about this. But I have gotten in discussions with a lot of you, and you've never given me even a reason. You've looked. I'm telling you, none of you have given me a reason. And so, if you love HEX, give me a compelling reason. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to watch a video that you make in response to this video. But otherwise, I'm just buying Pulse Chain. I'll move on to the next Richard Hart thing. And the next cycle, if there's another Richard Hart thing, yeah, sure. I'll sacrifice to that too. And I'll sell it at a profit. But otherwise, do I think this is going to zero? Not necessarily. But I think that the chances are very low that we're ever going to see 48 cents again for HEX, ever. And maybe that's not going to be the worst thing in the world. If you're staking this 5,555 days, like what you can do, your value of HEX, because of the fact that it is so inflationary, and you'll be getting those returns. Maybe, yeah, I could see it being higher 5,555 days from now. But you've got to address this, guys. That volume, $13 million in volume. And don't tell me it's just because of the staking. That's not a compelling argument as to why is HEX at only 13 million in volume for a market cap that's 9 billion in market cap. And so even one other thing I want to say, like, all right, I'm at a point right now. I'm reviewing the top cryptos in market cap from top to bottom. And so I should have already reviewed HEX by now, but the rank is 201 on coinmarketcap.com. I don't know why CoinMarketCap has done that. I'd love to know why that's the case as well. Maybe they just hate HEX. Maybe they're the haters too. And so I have to give this conversation to the guys at Binance who own CoinMarketCap. So I've been meaning to do this. I just want to say, yes, I'm open-handed. I'd love to hear your arguments. Volume is very weak. It is too inflationary. I don't think it's going to put in a higher high next cycle. Pulse chain seems to be a much better option, in my opinion. Throw the shade, because I know you're going to do it. But that is all I have for today. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. I will see you in another video. Peace.